Hi everybody, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. It's that time of year, so I figured to do something different. Instead of talking about plants, I'd probably show you how I get ready for Christmas. And one of the things I do, and I really enjoy to do, is bake. And I figured maybe make a baking series, like once a week post something I bake. Like I know they won't last until Christmas because 9 times out of 10 my kids will either eat them before Christmas comes or I'll give them away to some people because I enjoy baking. So today I'm going to make my pineapple coconut cookies. Now this recipe I've had now since about 20 years. Yeah, about 20 years now, because I've been baking this since I was about 19. And I have a scribbler of all my recipes that I've written down over the years and stuff that kids like and what I keep doing, like, and the pineapple cookies was the first one. So let's get started. I have already my ingredients all set, and what I'll do is, what I've learned is how to like post words on my posts. So per each ingredient, if it doesn't come out perfect, I'm really sorry, I'm trying. I'll say it, and then on the screen you'll see it. So then that way, if you want to try and make it yourself, you can pause and write down and get a rough idea. So the pineapple cookies, you'll want to bake them for about 10 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not 100% sure what that is in Celsius. I actually forgot about Celsius. I'm not sure what the conversion is. What I might do is, once I figure I'm done this, I'll do the calculations for from Fahrenheit to Celsius, and I'll put that in my bio. And then the next time I bake again, I'll remember to do the conversion, so then people have a rough idea on, you know, because some people in Canada use Celsius as well. Some of us who were raised by our grandparents use Fahrenheit. So the first things first is you're going to need 1 cup of shortening. Now you can use lard as well, but my diet is plant-based because of the extreme amount of allergies that I have. So what I will be doing also too is, when I tell you what I'm putting in, I'll give you the conversion of it. Like another vegetarian option or the omni option. Like you can use, like I'm using shortening. This is the all-purpose vegetable, but you can use lard. I don't know if you can use butter or margarine. I've never tried it, but I do know that I've always done it with shortening. And the kind I use is the Crisco, because it is this one is plant-based. You can use the one that's in the golden box as well, but I prefer the blue box because there's less chemicals. And you're going to want to mix that with 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm using organic sugar because, well, regular sugar isn't technically plant-based because they run it through bone char to get it that bright white. But you can still use it. Use regular sugar. It still works, still does its thing. If you don't have white sugar, you can use brown sugar, but I think you would need less because it's a stronger sweetener. So it still works either way. And you'll want to cream this together. And you'll have to kind of like, excuse my kitchen. My kitchen is old and out of date. I haven't renovated it since I moved in here. It is on my to-do list. It will get done eventually in the future. So, cream this together. You can mix it with your hands too if you wanted to go faster and cream it. I think you can use a mixer. There are certain things that I was taught how to do by hand and not with a mixer, so I'm not 100% sure if you can or not. You probably can. I just don't because I'm old-fashioned. Yeah, because the majority of my baking was taught to me by my nana. This isn't a recipe. This is something, this recipe I found, oh my goodness, where now? I think maybe on, because originally I used to make this with canned pineapple. I think it might have been on one of the cans that I found the recipe. It's the only thing I can think of on where I found the recipe to make this. But nowadays I use fresh pineapple because it just tastes better. And I find the cookies will last longer. They won't go with, oh no, they'll go bad quicker with the fresh pineapple than they will with the canned. So it just goes to show like preservatives that are in it. But yeah, no, I had made this, when did I make it? The first time I made this, it was right after I had been with my ex-husband, and my former father-in-law had really loved these cookies, so I would make these often for him. So you cream them together. It's okay if it's like this. If you want to dig your hands in there, that's fine. Just make sure your hands are clean. And I think the next thing to add is the egg replacer. Now, this is the egg replacer here. Now, the kind I'm using is the Bob's Red Mill. There are other kinds too. What's the other kind? I'm not a fan of it. It starts with a P. I prefer the Bob's because it's organic, non-GMO, and gluten-free. Because I'm not 100% sure if I'm beginning to have sensitivities to gluten or if it's just the pesticides that they spray on meat, like glyphosate and atrazine. So, yay, something new. But all it is it's a powder, so it's 1 tablespoon mixed with 3 tablespoons of water. And the equivalent would be like 1 egg. Now, that would be the equivalent. So 1 regular egg will go in. It doesn't change, like you don't have to add anything else or do anything differently. It'll still cook the same. My youngest says he doesn't notice a difference. My oldest says he does because he knows what the recipe was. Before I had to stop eating eggs because I became anaphylaxis to eggs. So yeah, let me just mix this up. Cream together a little easier now. And voila. Ta-da. Okay, now I'm trying to think. Yeah, the next thing that goes in is the pineapple. Yeah, fresh pineapple. When you do the canned pineapple, you can throw in like just the whole can, including the juice. It'll just make the cookie a little more moisture. But I find it still tastes the same. Like, I don't notice the difference. Just cream that in. And I, for one, love pineapple. Pineapple is a really good protein. The next thing that goes in is the it's the next thing. So is to set this aside and start on the dry ingredients. So you would need 4 cups of flour. Now, because I'm probably going to be giving this away, I'm using the Robin Hood all-purpose unbleached. I don't like to use the bleach because it's chemicals. This kind here is non-GMO, so it's a tiny bit more expensive. But if I was making it for myself, you can use rice flour, any kind of flour, even the bleached flour would still work. But for me, because of my dietary issues, sometimes I would use the spelt flour. Because the spelt flour, it hasn't been hybridized a lot like the regular wheat has been. And the gluten protein that's in that is actually a little bit weaker than this kind, so it's easier for your body to break down. So people who have a gluten allergy might be able to handle that, unless, oh, that's the stove telling me it's at 400. Where was I? So yes, people with a gluten allergy might be able to handle the spelt flour better than they can the hybridized flour, but everybody's different. Some people might be able to still handle it and some might be able not, and spelt flour has a little bit more of a nuttier flavor to it, so that's why I'm using the regular flour, because again, I might be giving this away to some people and some people don't like it. Like my youngest likes it, but not my oldest. So 4 cups of flour, and you'll want to add a cup of shredded coconut. I use the unsweetened. You can use sweetened, any kind is whatever you wish. There's really no difference. So I use the unsweetened because I don't like the sugar. You'll also need a teaspoon of baking soda. It's just Arm & Hammer baking soda. There's really no difference. And half a teaspoon of salt. This, I use sea salt. I don't use the regular salt. Sea salt actually contains more magnesium, and your body has an easier chance of absorbing the nutrients from the salt than they can the table salt, because it's not been processed as much. A fresh spoon to stir it all up and get it all mixed together. All good and dandy. And then we bring back our cream mixture. So yeah, it just looks like flour now. And we add it to this batch. Now we may need to stick our hands in this after a bit. Yeah. In this recipe, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have mentioned it in the beginning. This recipe will make approximately 38 cookies. So I'll have a lot for the boys and I'll have a lot to give away. And now it's getting to the point where I might have to use my hands. My hands are clean. already starting to smell good. Together very well. And voila. Move you over to a little bit to the right so you can see my oven. There you are. Now you will need probably 3 pans instead of 2. I only have 2. And I greased them with, because I only had a little bit of shortening left in that box. So I wasn't gonna like use anything else, but you can use margarine, you can use butter, you can use olive oil, you can use coconut to grease your pans. Make sure that your cookies don't stick to them when they bake. And it's just a matter of squishing them into little cookies and then placing them on. Trust the process, don't rush. Just because people are watching doesn't mean you have to rush. Well, there's technically nobody's watching, but still, you want to do a good job. And I might speed through this process. I'm not 100% sure if I will or not. I might not, because I would probably be still chatting away. Concerned the cookies don't look well. As long as they taste well, that's really all that matters. Because there's things that look really, really yucky, but then they taste really, really good. I remember when was the last time I made these? It was a while ago. Nobody's been asking for them since maybe 10 years. Yeah, so it's been 10 years since I last made these. Or no. 8 years. 8 years since I last made these. It's been 8 years since I last made these. I don't think I'll get the 38 this time because I kind of made them a little too big. Just rushing a tiny bit too much. Now, wash the hands. Dry the hands. Okay, my tripod's not in the way. And then slide them in. For 10 minutes. All right, and then we'll be back in 10 minutes. And now they're all done. And then we're gonna pull them out and show them off. Yeah, I did make them a little bit too big. But here are the lovelies. Don't they look delicious? Now I'll need to let them sit for about 20 minutes before they're at a nice temperature where they're okay to eat. And then I'll come back and I'll show you what they taste like. Okay, it's been 20 minutes since the cookies have cooled off, and they are now ready for the taste test. Like, browned right nice. And they come apart nice. Ooh, look at that. Now, we'll see how... It's not really my gut that is affected by the wheat. It's more, it'll kind of give me a bit of a hormonal imbalance. I'll put pimples everywhere. So we'll see how it is. They're good. I'm gonna have to give away all of them. Just to make sure I don't eat them. They're sweet, really sweet, but not like, not in an overpowering sweet way, which is good. don't know why kids don't ask for these ones more often. Because like I said, it's been 8 years since I last made them. They're very good. Very good. I can hear Angus wanting to come in. You can probably hear my washer in the background. Because while you're on pause, I'm still like cleaning around the house. And I got another hour and a half to myself before my youngest comes home. And then I no longer belong to myself. So, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Because I know not everybody likes pineapple and coconut. I'm not sure what I'll make for the next week. Where are we? I'll bake it again a week from now and I'll do a video of that. But yeah, if you don't like it, thumbs down. I understand. But if you really like the video and you like plants, because the majority of my, or like crafts, my rub cookings, because the majority of my videos are those. The baking is new. This might only be a seasonal thing. But if you still like the video, subscribe. And as always, live long and bake on.